Hi-ho, beefer! Away!
Woo! Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Critscast. We're continuing the preseason cup following the troubles and toils of our favorite Russian team, Kitti's bakenbardami. This time around, I'm going to be taking on Feila eSports, a team with a lot of pedigree here on PL Vigil this time around, deciding on which map gets to be added into the map pool of the next season. My name is, of course, jakeowaty with Wiethoofd on production, joined this time by the esteemed Buck824. Buck, how you doing, my man? How's your evening so far?
It's doing alright, thanks. Looking for some Highlander action, just at Domino's, you know, full on some mighty pizza. But looking forward to some 9v9 action, some Feila, and once again, Kitty, as you said, following them through with a bit of a pre-season cup journey, as it were. So we'll be seeing a lot of Russian players.
A lot of Russian players here. Of course, you have those amazing players on the Layla team. We've introduced Kitty in the last game. Same around, we're going to have to introduce Layla, or Feila eSports. Layla on the medic, Joey UFC, of course, on the demo man. T-Burden on the pyro. A Runir, a name I have not seen in a while, or at all really, on the soldier class. A Russian player here on the scout class. Unfortunately, I cannot read Cyrillic just yet, but I'm working on it. Meath on the engineer, Carpi Desu on the sniper, and then Adje on the spy class. 10 seconds left on the clock, so I'm gonna let you do the intro for this one, Buck, as you've just joined. You're fresh with the energy, as I can definitely feel right now.
Yeah, no worries. So I got sort of Kitty just walking away out the start, trying to push this cart in. You have an initial sniper coming in, Boshi going in with a bit of a very close jump there. Trying to find what he can, but really snipes out middle, doing a good job of cleaning up the Kitty players. Marketing behind that, no one's really seen him just get cleaned up now. Teleport exit almost goes down for Meath actually, but yeah, no crazy players right now, not too many people dead.
Yeah, it's just kind of like a standard point push on Vigil here. Carpi makes sure that Finske is down for the count, looking for the headshot on GDJ, but he's gonna back off. Here's Porter in the background, takes a stab to Runir, and still works on the engineer. Carpi needs to work on the cart right now, gets himself a heavy kill, but he's gonna get stabbed by Porter, who's still there. Teleporters down for the count, and those reinforcements are gonna be coming very, very slow now for the defending team here. Feila are slowly losing this point, however, they have not pushed it with this one just yet. Layla on 100, so is Pahan, however, Adye is on the medic, and Pahan drops again, and that means the cart is gonna be slowed down. Ubercharge on the side of Layla.
Oh, they're getting a lot of picks though, Kitty. I mean, Layla's not used yet. Is she gonna drop? Is she aware Flux is behind? She uses on no one. Okay, Joe's somehow still alive here. They're gonna try and get out. They're gonna use this alternate sort of back way. I've not actually seen that before, and that's maybe new to the map, but they're gonna get caught out here. It's just a scout. They're gonna surely get caught out. Porter's just in on the demo. Nice out from Layla to get Joe healthy again, but like they're just gonna be sandwiched, and yeah, they're just gonna lose the second point pretty quickly. I don't think they're gonna be able to get anything here.
3 turns off this map, about approaching fourth turn of this map here is Kitty's bakenbardami still putting a foot down on the throttle. Pahan taking a little bit of a spam from the back line here, but here's Pluxa making sure Adi goes down there and stops bothering his own medic. Still, the Uber advantage is on the side of Pahan. Despite dropping it, Layla didn't manage to use as much of it as she would have otherwise preferred. And second point will go down to the Russian team, with Pahan in a very sure advantage here, and the card slowly being pushed forward by Claw on the push duty. They're just gearing up for the third point push, which is one of the most difficult ones because there's just so many choke points to hold.
Yeah, and Kitty, so I'm going to take this kind of wide here, going to Flux around the outside, but they haven't really got many people watching this. The sticks are above the wrong doorway there from Joe, so not expecting him to go that far out, but he's going to try and trick over some pipes right now. It's 100% on Pahan, so they need to try and use it. Nice jump from Arun here, though, gets the drop. Pahan dropping once again, Jesus Christ.
That man cannot stay alive. That's the second Uber drop, and no Ubers have been popped on the side blue. Nice headshot there onto Pluxa, just finishing off, trying at least to finish off the rest of the players. But this time around is a Russian team that is just successful. Finske, however, going to catch himself a bullet to the face from Carpi, and it seems like the blue team is still pushing in hard. That Sentry's not really protecting the point. They're going to push this one in before the Uber charge goes off. Layla is a little bit slow on the draw there, and she would not make a good gunslinger in the wild west of PL Vigil.
Yeah, I'm surprised managed to cap that so quickly, but I mean, they had a lot of players down. They're trying to get in some players, but I mean, Joe going down really low list. Thought doing a nice job of trying to push them out, but he's coming up. Cart's going in very quickly as well. Pan on a decent percentage advantage as well. But they're going to try and take this aggressive hold here, sort of on this balcony. I've seen a few teams do this recently in Vigil, which can work out quite well if you play on your sniper and your medic. But they need to be careful they don't get caught up by this Uber.
Ooh, the conscious coming out. That speed boost is crucial here. GDJ moving forward, the rest of the team. So much damage from Boshi being dealt to the red team. They have not yet realized how far forward the blue team is. They're using the overcharge immediately. They have that advantage to work with. Card is so close to the point right now. A lot of them being spread out between the red players. They've only lost 2, however. Card is still being pushed by the scout. Likely only half health. He's gonna get stabbed by AJ. It seems that Uber is done now, at least for the time being. Layla with 100%. She's just gonna sit and hang tight. Adi's just feeding information. He's getting ready for a push here. Marcus has no idea he's there. Adi's gonna fall down, but no! He's gonna get sniped by Finsky just before he manages to clear that opening there. And it seems that Feila has finally managed to kind of solidify themselves on that last point with that Uber charge in tow. They may feel comfortable even to push out a little. Look at this, Uber's coming out.
This is a questionable Uber. I mean, like, the med was actually, like, Pahana was actually in a decent position there to escape, and now they're kind of just baiting the scout on the demo. The Joe might be going down here, not from actually from Verona to get the energy there chasing the demo, but they're going to leave Pahan on a very high percentage advantage here, and there's, like, this aggressive hold just doesn't really seem to be, like, working that well. Flux has been doing a good job of trying to make them sort of go away, but never mind. AJ coming in with some decent stabs there, it's good to lay their push a lot.
Yeah, nice double there.
Oh, and the
Pahan has to Uber. Yeah, he has to Uber. He cannot allow himself to drop a third time without even popping one. He's gonna just spread the heals a little bit more, but that Uber is just over now. Layla has nice advantage for the time being. Middle just mows down the medic.
Oh no. That's the one problem with that. Like, I mean, there's even a window as well. You can see he's in the room, but like, obviously, you take your outfit for 1 second, heavy, middle going aggressive there. So it's going to leave Layla on 100% advantage here. So I mean, like, their defense has been that great on any of the points really, apart from this last one. But you know, if they can get a decent time out of this one, they're alright.
Ooh, Carpy there on the sideline, taking down Finsky, almost getting the medic as well. Pahan is not having a good time on Peel Vigil. And just simply have a little bit of trouble staying alive. Only 25% onto him, 100% still alive. Like she's been unmolested the entire time. Boshi Nice finding a kill onto Runier. He's gonna fall back with that conch, pretty much ready for it to go whenever he wants. He's gonna hold it and maybe push with the rest of the team. They need to get Layla to pop her Uber charge, and now it's just a matter of time when they manage to do so. But they're getting aggressive here, Feila eSports. Look how far forward they are, right next to those balconies, right in the windows. Middle though. Getting just completely destroyed there.
They're using here, but I mean, they're going to face the Pyro, just trying to juggle away. Pahan might get caught out here. Yeah, definitely will. Yeah, that was unlucky to get juggled there by Marcus, who's trying to air blast them out. But Boshi coming in with some redeeming damage here from behind. Kind of a bit of an unexpected flank as he jumped through the window, but Elena gets caught out by Marissa on Energy.
Oh no, you may get another here! He does get it! Marissa! Hero engineer of the team, managing to equalize the situation, which looked dire for Kitty. Wow!
What a flank. Like, that's what I mean. You give no respect for the people with the shotgun. Comes in on the low health players and he comes and cleans up. Never mind, Arune comes in for behind. Ooh, almost gets Fahan there with another frag. But yeah, this car's still kind of a bit far back from this ramp just right now, and the sentry has been alive this whole time.
Yeah, they cannot really push this one in just yet. It's kind of stuck in one place. Ploxa low on health, getting past her. He gets an arrow into his face, so he's gonna be fine for now. Just gonna try to go for some more damage. Carpy's there. Ballsy play by the Demo Man, but he's unflinching in the face of a sniper aiming down his sights at him. 96, 97, 100% onto Pahan right now. He's ready to go at any given time. He does immediately. Good choice. Carpy almost got his Demo Man before he missed pushing. Red team is falling back, trying to save as many players as they can, but they've lost the sentry. They've lost the sniper as well. Plux is gonna look the left spawn. He gets Layla as well, and he's still alive. He's looking for some more kills. He does get him. 5 players alive for the red team. They're losing left and right. They don't have the medic, and the car's gonna get pushed in, but they get it in 7.5 minutes here with 1 second extra for now Feila to push this one in.
Yeah, they had a pretty mediocre first hold and like a non-existent second hold, but they kind of made up for it with about 5 minutes or so on last there. Pan just like dying so much there. Like, I think if they managed to like, if they didn't get away with so many mid picks there, that, like, he would have easily pushed that in a lot quicker, I feel. But it all kind of just started from that weird first situation with Joe and Lola getting sandwiched in terms of a 7-minute time, but we'll have to see what they can do on offense.
This time around, it is Kitty's bakenbardami who are going to be trying to stop Feila. 7.5 minutes to go for this map is not too bad. Feila have been kind of struggling for 3 first points. However, the last hold defense was actually pretty decent. They've lost Layla, however. Great play from Pluxa. They didn't really make many mistakes there, Feila eSports, but they've moved out of spawn at the same exact time, right after Pluxa has laid out those stickies, and that was just too difficult, really, to survive for most of the team, and they just kind of crumbled under pressure. With 10 seconds left on the clock, Kiti on the defense, Feila on the offense. Do you think Feila's got this, by the way?
Yeah, I think if Joe goes into his sort of, you know, signature Joe zone, goes behind, gets some decent pipes onto the sentry, and maybe even goes for force, like, I'm sure they can probably take this as the time. I know their aggression is going to be quite high, so we have to just see if they can counter them on the side of Kiti. I mean, the two flank, well, Copy and Daruna going down early already, so that's already a good thing. But I mean, Funsky getting killed by Joe there, actually, on the Iron Bomber pipes. So this ramp peak, and another Marcus going down as well. This the Iron Bomber just too strong, apparently, for the Pyro and the Sentry and the Sniper.
Kind of worked out, but they're slow. I mean, they're pushing the car, but not too fast enough. Bosch finding himself a kill on the flank. Nicely done, healing himself with that rocket launcher, the black box, popping the conch to aid the defense even further. It seems that the Russians have entrenched themselves on that first point, not really leaving any move here. Joe goes in aggressively looking for the medic force, but Bahan is unflinching in the face of death that Joe brings. And with the demo down yet again, as the rest of the team that has to figure something out here. Bosch getting smashed in the face by the Frontier Justice here.
Yeah, the crits on me was unexpected. Thought getting a decent stab onto the NG, but gonna put in the risk on Q for a long time. But still, Ubers have not been used, so I don't know. I think Feila contacting the wall here, but I mean, Funsky getting a nice snipe onto Copy as a counter snipe. But the Uber comes in now, but it's going to be going into a wrangled sentry, into an Ubered players as well, and Plux is trying to find the medic here in the midst of the chaos, and Layla going down there. So yeah, they're going to wisely decide to back out, I think, here.
Yeah, that's a big oof moment there. I mean, Finsky doing work as well as the rest of the team, aiding with the damage, and then Runier is just trying to push this card just a little bit forward. They're stuck on that first point. They don't have the medic with them just yet, and then sees that Feila have opted out to move a little back. They don't want to commit to this, especially without a sentry and an Uber charge to go. Porter is working on the medic. He gets Layla, and that's what they needed. No more medic for the attacking team. However, joining UFC is in the background. Oh, Bahan surfs away safely and manages to get himself alive to the rest of the team. Gets himself a nice succulent sandwich, but there's only 2 players alive for the red team.
I don't know how the rest of them died there. Like, I mean, I think the flank kind of came from the other side, but I mean, importantly, they have got Pahan out, so that's the main thing here. They do have a decent ad, so if they want to fall back onto this third point, which they all seem to be doing, they can do that. And there's 5 minutes left for them to still hold, so there's decent time left. I don't know what, like, I mean, they might have to do for a different attack play here, Feila, and let's try and get some move advantage, but we'll have to wait and see.
They're moving slowly under that red, kind of like a tunnel area, pushing the card. Not much defense coming out of Kitty's bakenbardami, but they don't have to do that. Jones getting stabbed by Porter in the background. That's a good pickup here for the defensive team. Adye is going to find himself another onto Fins. It's no classes alive, really, to just kind of hold those sightlines down, and that's Carpi can basically move to the side as he's doing right now. The rest of the team, Layla is charged up and ready, almost ready. Pahan has 100%. He can pop at any time. Joining UFC, getting quite aggressive, quite frisky, moving forward. Sees all that on open. Will can of worm that he's about to uncork. It's a Boshi there, but he's decided no, we'll just wait for the Uber charge. Layla has it now. They may use it just yet, but the card is moving relentlessly forward, being pushed in by the scout, doing such an amazing job making sure it's very forward. It's almost down to the point that you get it pretty much for free. Where are the Ubers?
I have no idea what was going on there. I don't know where the flank from Kitty was, because it was literally just Coffee and Layla on the far back for so long. And then he wins, like, Coffee wins the sniper, but then, like, no one else really comes in. They just give up the car for free rather than just Ubering into them. Like, I don't know, a bit of a weird play there, but I mean, yeah. Decent play actually by Feila, and works out in the end, I suppose.
Just basically they're down to their last point. Journey FC getting caught off by Pluxa, his counterpart. He's still alive. The Uber's coming out, however, very early Uber out of Layla, trying to take down the defenses, but there's a lot of Sherry coming out Pahan. It seems that the blue Uber is much weaker than the red one, chasing the rest of the players. T-Bird is going to get caught up. Middle is enjoying himself a sandwich. GDJ is not taking any chances, spun up and pre-firing into that heavy weapons guy. Nice. Now, Joan UFC going to try to contest that heavy. He's going to go down as well. GDJ with a triple there. Nicely done by the heavy from the Russian team, and it seems that they will be able to hold this point for a little while longer. 3 minutes left on the clock for Feila to figure this one out. How to open up those defenses, and they're not letting this one go. Adi is already cloaked in, moving on to the sniper. He's gonna just whip that one. He's gonna get found out. shot. That doesn't really look good for the blue team here. Layla slowly working her way up. jakeowaty quite aggressive, trying to find out Pluxa here on the side, but he gets away with his life. Middle also aggressive right now, looking for some damage, but they're getting tortured in the back. Layla goes down again.
Oh god. I was gonna say, I hope Feila doesn't just rush this and, like, you know, actually play around Layla, getting a bit of an Uber going, but, like, you know, now it's 100% for her hand. They've got a wrangled level 3, Marcus is going to be reflecting it all, and Just is trying to find his way in, but Lightclaw, the beast of scout that he is, going to be cleaning up pretty much solo on the flank, but we'll get caught out as a 2v1 here. Frensky with a nice shot onto the soldier, but yeah, they're kind of wasting their time here, only 2 minutes left. They need to go for, like, some sort of coordinated sap here or something.
Yeah, they need to figure something out. I mean, Bahan is at 100%. He's dropped a couple of times this game. Maybe he's not hot on his heels this time around, but maybe he's learned from those lessons. We shall see very soon. Feila, 2 minutes left on the clock. It's not impossible to push this card in that Layla. Time. Just one good push, but Layla is in a little bit of a trouble there. Quite aggressive, taking a bit of spam damage. Joining UFC, always kind of being her pocket here, being joined here by middle as well. They're on the side. That's such a risky place to be. There's nowhere to run. There's nowhere to run right now. Bahan has to pop the Ubercharge. I'm not sure what they're trying to do with it though, but they're losing some players. Porter down, Marcus down, GDJ, the most important person to hold, is down as well, and Marissa is building up that sentry. Uber's coming out from blue though.
Yeah, the Uber kind of came out in response to the spy about to stab the demo, but now they've got Nova to try and, like, reflect this. But I mean, Boshi with some massive damage in the back, actually coming in from the flank. Lightclaw going in as well with the pyro coming in. No one's actually on the cart. Everyone's dead. There's only 2 up right now. Just a spy and a sniper trying to defend this. Funsky with his SMG out, trying to find the spy. But this one's going to come in here with no one on the cart. They're going to try and recollect this.
God, he's still doing work. He's still alive. People can't find him. That spy is just definitely worthy of the Spy of the Season award. Points being pushed in. Only Boshi's alive, and he's low in health. And they're gonna get this one in just in time as well. Bomb goes off. And it seems that Feila eSports are still living up to the legend that they are. Legends, really. And wing against Kitty's bakenbardami. They can't catch a break this time around. They lost against Envision, and now they've lost against Feila. So, I mean, these are just preseason maps, preseason cups. Both teams, or really not all the teams, are not really warmed up yet, but it seems that this time around, it's just Feila just dominating yet again.
Yeah, I feel like they could have gotten a bit more of a last hold there. Like, I still don't really understand what the Uber was about, that trying to save the demo from the stab. Like, should he just, like, have some players on right? But, I mean, either way, I guess Feila get a good push in. T-Bun does a nice job on the cart, just reflecting everything. Gets a nice reflect air shot even into the soldier as well. So, yeah, well played by them. But, I mean, like you were saying with the sort of preseason cup antics, the rosters likely aren't, like, 100%. Confirmed. Like, I know Kitty's probably is, because they've got only a selection of players that can speak Russian and go with their team, but yeah, I'm not sure what kind of the Feila situation is in terms of a roster, but I wouldn't be surprised if this is a solid roster, to be fair.
Yeah, it looks strong. It looks strong, especially here on PL Vigil. You know, like I said, we usually take a look at the logs, but this time around we decide to just, you know, save you guys the need to watch the numbers, crunch them, and try to figure out what is going on by ourselves. And I mean, PL Vigil, you know, we can talk about the teams all we want, but we'll have a whole season for it. And we're here to test out the map. So what do you think? You know, out of the 2 maps, you've been in the chat before, you've seen PL Swiftwater, now you've seen Vigil. What do you think about this map in particular and how it holds up to the first map we've seen tonight?
I mean, personally, I'm quite a fan of Vigil, just mainly the fact that, like, it's probably one of the least sniper-oriented payloads, weirdly enough, in terms of, like, first is kind of, like, there's quite a big sightline for the sniper, but the other points, there isn't, like, an absolutely huge sightline. Like, when you've got second, you've got kind of the under flank rat, you've got the hug the wall close rat with your heels or whatever, and just fight up the hill. On third, like, yeah, going up to third anyway, and then with second, it's like, and well, with last, you've got a bit of a sightline, I guess, since you can just put your sniper at the way back and whatever. But I mean, there's a lot of different flank routes as well, and it's quite easy to sort of jump in, jump out. There's enough health packs for the flank to sustain themselves, that sort of thing. So
yeah, I mean, I have just kind of one big issue with this map in particular is that it's very choke point heavy. If your team is good at holding choke points, you're gonna have just much easier time at defending this map and maybe even attacking it. But it's just a map chock full of choke points. You know, pun not intended, obviously. There's a few flank routes that you can take, but are just kind of underused. You've seen Feila kind of go for the flank one time and on the last point as well, on the third point as well. They kind of been, you know, they've been trying different things, different strategies kind of worked out on them. This is the map that, you know, people don't usually play, so you don't have as many strategies formed around it. And I know that players kind of always complain about how choke point heavy this map is. You know, we've watched Swiftwater, which is not choke pointy enough. It's way too open, and the Vigil that is a little bit too closed and could use a little bit more opening in general terms. But overall, I think that there are two strong contenders for the map, the next map of the season. I'm not sure if it's gonna end up in the finals draft, in the final games. But what do you think? I mean, do you give a point to Swiftwater or do you give a point to Vigil?
Well, to be fair, like, I mean, for me, just to kind of change out of the bad water upward trope, I wouldn't even mind seeing both of them, just from my perspective. It's mainly just the fact that it's something different, and I really want to see. I like just from seeing those games, I've seen top players get flustered, have like really bad comms, and get in a situation which they shouldn't ever be in. And part of the reason for that is because they don't know how to play with the map. And that is what I want to see. I want to see how good teams can adapt, how well the Highlander actually fits when it comes to a new map, where they can play their sentries in defense, how they're going to push their Ubers in offense, and like how they're going to coordinate with their spy and like play around their sniper and that sort of thing. Like when it comes to just all these map metas that have been in place for the past like 3, 4, 5 years, even when it comes to like stuff like bad water first and stuff like that, it's just like it gets really tiring to see. And I would really like to see some just different play styles come about.
On Vigil or on Swiftwater? That's a question.
On both, either.
On both.
I
all
like
right.
them equally.
All right. I see a cop out. That's a standard thing when you don't know what to choose. I'm just gonna say, going out on a limb and say Swiftwater, just because it's just a map that everybody knows to some degree. It's an official map pull as well for TF2 Casual, and simply because I enjoy this map. Of course, it is sniper heavy. Of course, it is long, but it is still very fun to play. And deep down, we're all here to sort of have fun. As I just lost all my marbles, that just kind of means that we are getting ready to go into the break. So really don't go anywhere. There's some amazing news waiting for you. Gonna chill out a little and tell you guys that we have a merch store with some amazing TF2 themed items, balloonicorns, and TF2 stuff, pop it, don't drop it, and all that sort of things. They're in the shop. You can also support us on Twitch if you prefer, and there's also a Patreon setup if that is your form of choice. Please do visit our Twitters as well. They're somewhere in the description. I'm gonna just kind of plug it in. I need more followers after all. I mean, I'm a big shot in these parts, so I'm gonna flex a little. You gotta flex a little, right, Buck?
I guess so.
Just a little flex. And of course, don't go anywhere because we have one more game for you guys. It's going to be on Bathwater Pro, an updated version. This time around is going to be with the man I've just casted with, Buck, and he's going to be joined by Extra Solar. So thank you very much, Buck, for having me here, for doing amazing analysis on that as well, and have fun with Solar as well as Wiethoofd on production. Don't go anywhere, and I'll see you guys very soon when the season starts.
Hi-oh, Beaver! Away!